alchemy theory. Cool. Changing lead into gold? Wow, crazy. Okay, so let's see if we can figure it out here at Junior Genius. Let's see, lead, the atomic number is 82. That's 82 protons, and we need 79 for gold. All right, so we need to get rid of 3 protons, and it looks like each proton contains 3 quarks, roughly. Take or leave a few little miniature things on there. So 3 times 2 is 6, and it looks like we're going to need to break some bonds. All right, so quark gluon plasma is the glue that holds that together, and let's see what the quark coefficient confinement theory says. 1.3 mega electron volts to break each bond. So 3 quarks, roughly 1 proton. 3 protons times 2, that's 1.3 times 7.8 mega electron volts. All right, so let's see what kind of energy we need to break one of those 1.3 mega electron volts. 1,232 Kelvin. Oh. Times 6 quarks, that gives us 7,392 Kelvin. Holy cow, that's 1.3 times hotter than the sun. No wonder nobody has ever figured out alchemy. Jeez. Junior Genius, Professor Thomas speaking. Yes, Behar. I do have a pen here. Hold on. Yes, okay, I'm ready. It was so scary. Yes. You could not see them, but just heard these creepy things. Yup. Your friends suggested you go there. Yeah. And check these things out to see what that was all about. Good, let me repeat it back to you. It was so scary, you could not see them, but just heard these creepy sounds. Your friends suggested that you go there and check out these things to see what that was all about. Is that right? Great. Now, I got a question for you. What the heck does that mean? Footsteps at the Alferd Haze Tower? Now we're talking. Sounds like a mystery. Yes, I know the intersection. Perfect. Say 1 hour? Great. I'll have a blue shirt on, with a red tie. Behar, I'll see you there. Bye now. Kids, oh my god. Footsteps at the Alferd Haze Tower. I have no idea what that means, but it definitely sounds like a mystery. Let's check it out on our next mission. Hey, I bet you that's him over there. Behar.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, maybe we should go inside and chat.
Let's go, right.
Yeah, go this way.
So, I'm an investor from the Moscow, and I want to buy a condominium.
Condominium? Cool.
Yes, condominium.
Oh, it looks pretty old.
Yeah, but it's haunted.
It's haunted? Crazy.
It's haunted. There is inside the footsteps.
Footsteps?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I have a clue near the Golden Dome.
Clue near the Golden
Yeah.
Dome here?
Right, exactly. Golden Dome.
So, haunted condo with footsteps on the inside. Looks like we'll have to investigate the Golden Dome for clues. Where's it located?
Saturn.
Saturn. Kids, we're on it. Whoa, kids. Professor Thomas here. Hey, I made it to the Martin Haze Tower. Yikes. Creepy. What the heck's going on the inside? Footsteps? We'll have to check that out. By the way, what do you think of the professor's outfit? Security official for the Department of Inspections. Hopefully this is going to get me by the front guard, the Martin Haze Towers. So, without further ado, let's head on over and and check out what's going on the inside. And really, are there creepy footsteps on the inside of that haunted tower? Here. There's gotta be another staircase around here. See if we can find it. Oh, super creepy. Yeah, 50 floors. There's gotta be another staircase. Oh, did I just get out of here? Where's that other staircase? Hey, we're on the roof. Where's that gold dome? Hey, whoa, there it is right there. Whoa, 50th floor. Hey, let's set up camera on the top here and see if we can see what's going on with that gold tower. Remember what that guy said? Hey, whoa, there it is right there. Hey, whoa, what? Huh? What's that? Whoa! Hey, wait, kids! What is that? Whoa!
I have no idea what's going on here, kids. I feel like someone's following me. There's creepy footsteps everywhere. Now, hazy words that don't even give me any idea of what they're trying to convey. Wait, did I say hazy words? Hazy words, Alfred Hayes Towers, unknown creepy footsteps. Aha! Let's go back to the Genius Lab. I think I figured it out. Alfred Hayes Tower, hazy words, unknown creepy footsteps. What do they all have in common? We don't know what's going on because we're not being specific enough. Kids, take a look at what we saw back in the video lesson. Back in the Genius Lab, we solved the riddle for alchemy, realizing that we needed a tremendous amount of energy that was unavailable for us to change lead into gold. We received a phone call from Mr. Bayhair, who was so excited to tell us about what he had experienced, he forgot to use specific words to describe what his ideas were. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Bayhair said.
Junior Genius, Professor Thomas speaking. Yes, Bayhair. I do have a pen here. Hold on. Yes, okay, I'm ready. It was so scary.
What was scary?
Yes. You could not see them.
See them? Who's that?
Just heard these creepy things.
These? What creepy things?
Yep. Your friends suggested you go there.
There? Where's there?
And check these things out.
These things? Those things?
What that was all about.
What's that?
Good. Let me repeat it back to you.
Kids, the words that we're running into are called hazy pronouns. Hazy pronouns like the word it, these, those, that, them, and there are very hazy. You don't know exactly what it is. All right? So it's better to explain it a teeny bit further so people understand exactly what was going on. Bayhair said, it was so scary. I don't really know what was scary. When I went in there and heard weird noises, it was scary. You could not see the scary things. You could just hear these scary things. Just be a little bit more descriptive. When I said this sentence here in the video, you had no idea what was going on. All right? Now, kids get confused here at this juncture in the lesson because you've learned the number one thing on ACT is the razor blade. Razor blade says simple and short, right? Well, you saw what happened. When we went too simple up here, we didn't know what was going on. So it's a balancing act here. We have razor blade here, which is very simple, versus hazy over here. If we go too simple, you see we don't understand, so sometimes we have to add in more details to make sure the haze goes away. All right, let's take a look at some examples for ACT and see when we use razor blade versus when we need to be a little bit more specific and stay away from hazy words. Kids, let's take a look at practice problem number 1. It's on page 3 in E28, the PDF printout from our website here. It looks like this, and you can see that the problem we're going to work on here is labeled number 1. Go ahead, pause the video, work on this problem. We'll come on back with the explanations in a second. Kids, the answer to practice problem number 1 is answer choice C. We're going to be a little bit more specific and talk about the syllabary. Why? Here we're talking about the Cherokee, and we're talking about the syllabary, and we're talking about the guy up here. So it's confusing. What do we, who, what, where, when, why, and how? So if we say it could refer back to the language of the Cherokee, or it could be the syllabary. So it's better to refer to things a little bit more specific in this case here. Here's the beginning of the sentence. If you saw what I did here is I basically went here, here's the beginning. I had to read the sentence before and see that we were talking about the syllabary, which is something that they developed here. It's like a phonetic system for understanding certain alphabets and so forth. So C is the correct answer for problem number 1. Let's take a look at the next problem. Problem number 2, let's go ahead and take a look at this particular problem, and remember, if you're a little confused, don't be afraid to read a little further. Let's go ahead and do problem 2. Pause the video here. We'll come on back with the answers in a second. Practice problem number 2. The correct answer here again is C. Here's what I did. I looked at this problem. I scratched my head a little bit when I just tried to read the sentence here. All right. The edges were splitting on the photograph of boys skating on the pond, hockey. It's hazy. Okay. We see answer choice A has the word these. That is from the Alferd Haze Tower. That's a hazy word because we don't know what the edges are referring to. These edges. What edges? All right. A is out because of haziness. Those edges. What edges are those? Those two are out. All right. Answer choice B says my edges. So I'm looking over here. Is it skating? The edges of my ice skating, ice skates or something like that? So I'm still a little bit confused. I had to look a little bit further. I wasn't afraid to read up. All right. I went up to the next sentence. Here it says my great-grandmother was pictured in the kitchen. Okay, so that didn't help me much. So I went all the way back up here, and I see that this paragraph is talking about a dusty box of old fat photographs of family members. All right, so the main noun here is photographs, right? So when we talk about edges, edges is a Scooby-Doo for photographs. Edges is also a noun. You see that? So is it my edges or the edges? The edges. C for practice problem number 2. Kids, let's go ahead and take a look at practice problem 3. Here we are at practice problem number 3. Go ahead and work on this problem. Pause the video here. We'll come on back with the answers in a second. Practice problem 3, the correct answer is H. Now, you're going to see a reoccurring theme here in Junior Genius with the professor because he loves nouns and he loves verbs. You also remember that a noun can be switched around and talked about in a different way by using something we call the Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo says the same thing, but it uses different words. It's a synonym. All right. So the first thing that we do is we look over here and it says with colorful ribbons. These clay pots, colorful ribbons, and answer choice F says colorful ribbons. All right. So if you look over here, ribbons is a noun. All right. And you see NG ribbons. Colorful ribbons again is a noun, and here H, clay pots, is the noun, and J says ribbons again. All right. If this whole paragraph is talking about ribbons, then one of these 3 answer choices would be correct. But if paragraph is talking about clay pots, it makes sense to start off with clay pots. All right. So if you go back up here, here's the sentence that's in question. If you go back up here and you see the sentence just before that, it says these broken pots. And then you go to the sentence before that, so you see that we're talking about pots. So it makes sense to talk about pots first. Does that make sense? Otherwise, you start getting distracted. The correct answer, therefore, for problem 3 is answer choice H. Let's go ahead and take a look at practice problem number 4. Go ahead, turn to practice problem 4. We'll get a jump start. Start working on it, and we will come back with the answers and explanations in a moment. Practice problem number 4. We look here that we see that the beginning of the sentence is up here. It says all cars are equipped with high beams. The noun here is dealing with high beams. It says most drivers do not use their high beams, noun again, okay? Even when, okay? When what? When they, this would be referring to the drivers, okay, if you use the word they provide a great deal of light. Okay, so the first thing you see that this is hazy, we're clueless. Are we dealing with the drivers or are we dealing with the high beams? That's the question. You see what they do whenever we're given a hazy problem, they give you two things and then they will refer to it as it or they, all right? When you say they or it doesn't really tell you, is that the driver you're referring to or is it the high beams? Well, you already know that we have light over here, which is a noun, okay? So light is going to have to be going with the high beams, okay? So if you look over here, doing it, what is it? That's hazy. Cross that one out. G says it. That's hazy. And they, I feel like that's hazy, and that also is kind of referring more towards people, which is the driver, which is totally off topic and going in the wrong direction. H is going to be the correct answer for practice problem number 4. Let's go ahead, scroll on down to practice problem number 5. Get there, pause the video, work on the problem, come on back with the answers in a second. Kids, practice problem number 5 illustrates the concept of the balancing act between razor blade and a hazy. All right, we want to make sure that we go as short as possible, but it's not hazy. Okay, so we're dealing with mechanics and usage. Those are short questions that just contained answer choices. You see them? There's no question, it's just the answers. This is a mechanics and usage problem, and in mechanics and usage, always think razor blade. All right? On the other hand, quick review, longer questions that contain a question, stem, and answer choices, these are called rhetorical skills. Rhetorical stands for reading comprehension. And when we're making some type of writing and people are going to read it, we're going to think longer answer choices, which we call anti-razor blade. All right, this is a very, very fine distinction. Make sure that you understand razor blade for mechanics and usage and anti-razor blade for the longer questions. You want to make sure that you build up the noun and the verb and rhetorical, and here you do not want to be redundant with the noun and the verb in mechanics and usage. In this particular case, if you look over here, you see that we're dealing with this bridge, and the bridge is on a highway, and so people are going to be driving on that bridge, and that's the noun. So you can probably assume that highway travelers is going to be redundant, so we don't need that. Anything with highway travelers we can get out of there. Answer choice C is gone. Highway drivers and travelers, that's redundant. Razor blade and answer choice A, that's redundant. D is the correct answer on that. You see the balancing act that we have to do. Kids, let's go ahead and take a look at the final question for the Alferd Haze Tower. It's problem number 6. Go ahead, get there, pause the video, work on the problem. I'll come on back and give you the answers in a second. Kids, once again, it's a balancing act between razor blade and hazy. Razor blade says simple is best, no redundancy, and hazy means that we say some words that are a little on the hazy side. All right? Okay, so look here real quick. Here is the sentence, and the sentence is talking about lenses. If there was a period here and we started the word over here with they or those or them or that, then that would be considered hazy. But since there's a comma here, we don't want to say lenses again, because if we say lenses twice in one sentence, that is redundant, and razor blade says no, no, no. Does that make sense? All right. So you see answer choice J has the word lenses, that can be crossed out. G has the word lenses. Also, it has that nasty word those. And also, it's 7 words long. This could be crossed out. I'm sure you kids cross this one out right away. All right. We're left with answer choice F and H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words in F. Or in H, we have 4 words. Well, razor blade takes precedence over everything. H is going to be the correct answer for problem number 6. Kids, That's it for the practice problems for the Alferd Haze Tower.